year after the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, the people there are getting their first visit from President Biden.
The White House announcing the president will visit the town of roughly 4,700 next month. It was February 3rd of last year when a Norfolk Southern train jumped the tracks near East Palestine and then caught fire, sending toxic smoke into the air, putting really a lot of folks' health at risk for days.
Yeah, thousands of lives were turned upside down since that train loaded with those toxic chemicals derailed in East Palestine. For months, families lived in hotels and raised complaints about their health.
Some say the government and railroad failed to protect them. Others packed their bags and left that area for good. Tara Morgan with Scripps News Cleveland has a timeline of what happened in the year since the disaster.
This is a matter of life and death.
I don't see a choice that I have to leave.
February 3rd, 2023 lives in the hearts, minds, and souls of the people of East Palestine. A Norfolk Southern train carrying toxic chemicals derailed near the Ohio-Pennsylvania border. The fire massive with towering thick smoke. First responders knocked on doors in a 1-mile radius to get people out.
We're some of the last holdouts, though, on Alice Street.
Just days after the derailment, Incident Command decided to move forward with a controlled vent and burn of vinyl chloride from 5 rail cars to avoid a potential catastrophic explosion. The National Guard blocked off roads leading to town. Governor Mike DeWine called it a matter of life or death.
Need to leave. You just need to leave.
The mandatory evacuation order was lifted after only 3 days. The governor's office said air quality samples showed safe readings, and Norfolk Southern started running trains again. But the stress, frustration, and mistrust carried on.
I don't know what the future holds.
Can you tell us how far the scope will be just beyond this 1 mile? Just quickly, people want to know.
The derailment killed tens of thousands of fish in the creeks. People lived scared.
We should not have been let back into town.
Scared to breathe the air and drink the water, even after the EPA chief and Governor DeWine took a sip from the tap, telling people the village water is safe. Our first ever community survey showed people don't believe it.
I won't. We go get bottled water all the time.
Families demanded independent testing on their private wells, bombarding a Youngstown lab with orders.
We're at about 200 right now, just from East Palestine.
In the aftermath, the small village became a big stage for politicians. Senators Sherrod Brown, J.D. Vance, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, and former President Donald Trump.
What this community needs now are not excuses and all of the other things you've been hearing, but answers and results.
Businesses struggled to stay afloat. Customers worried about their health.
Everybody knows, this is a disaster area, and they do not feel secure to do business with us in the future.
Norfolk Southern pledged to make things right.
Norfolk Southern is committed to doing what's right. And each and every day, we're going to do the next right thing.
The railroad removed contaminated soil and water by the truckloads and pumped millions into the community. 20 days after the derailment, the NTSB released its preliminary findings, noting surveillance video showed a wheel bearing overheating before the disaster.
This was 100% preventable.
The NTSB held a rare field hearing in East Palestine. Witness testimony focused on communication and first response preparedness and what happened. Last October, the EPA announced the completion of a major cleanup. Norfolk Southern removed the last of the contaminated dirt.
The science is what it is. You trust the science.
I honestly don't think that I'm going to have an issue right now.
We don't know what we're in for the long haul, and I don't feel like it's good things.
Restoration would begin while testing to ensure health and safety continues. I'm Tara Morgan for Scripps News.
And tomorrow, Scripps News is returning to East Palestine to hear what residents tell us about whether they can trust the cleanup. Plus, we get rare access to see the new technology Norfolk Southern is testing there to prevent future disasters. That's Thursday night, 9:30, right here on Scripps News.